Wait, before you put even one more pill into that cute little Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday plastic organizer, stop. Just stop. You might be about to commit the single biggest travel crime of 2026, and I'm not talking about wearing socks with sandals, though we should probably discuss that too. If you're a senior hitting the road or the friendly skies this year, the rules for your meds have changed more than the price of eggs. Today, we're talking about the new 2026 packing laws that could get your expensive prescriptions seized by the TSA, or, worse, land you in a Japanese holding room explaining why your allergy meds look like Breaking Bad to them. Stick around, because one simple 30-second fix could save you thousands of dollars and hours of headaches. But first, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're helping a million seniors navigate 2026 without losing their minds or their meds, and we want you in the club. 1. The grandma's secret stash mistake. It turns out that the secret to a smooth security screening isn't just about having the right paperwork. It's about knowing the high-stakes rules of engagement for 2026's high-tech checkpoints. Those new CT scanners don't just see through bags. They flag organic densities with terrifying precision. If you've decanted your life-saving medication into a generic plastic Monday through Sunday pill organizer, you're inadvertently walking into a giant red flag zone. The magic phrase? When you reach the front of the line, don't wait for the officer to find your liquids. Before your bag even hits the belt, you need to use the specific phrase, "I have medically necessary liquids." According to TSA guidelines, medications, creams, and gels are exempt from the standard 311 liquids rule. However, this exemption isn't granted automatically. You must verbally declare them. Using the specific term medically necessary triggers a different screening protocol, preventing the officer from default tossing your expensive insulin or prescription creams into the bin. While the TSA doesn't technically require most pills to be in their original prescription bottles for domestic travel, the 2026 reality is different. If the CT scanner flags a dense organic mass, your pile of loose pills, and you can't prove what they are with a pharmacist's label, you're looking at a lengthy secondary search. Pro tip: if you absolutely must save space, ask your pharmacist for duplicate travel-size bottles with official labels. The Tylenol trap. Even over-the-counter medications can cause a stir. If you're carrying bulk quantities, like those 500-count warehouse jars, it can look like a commercial shipment or a suspicious organic volume. Stick to smaller, sealed containers. The goal is to provide zero ambiguity. In a world where scanners are smarter than ever, the most helpful thing you can be is predictable. 2. The $2,100 golden ticket. Medicare cost changes. Alright, let's talk about the Medicare makeover of 2026. If you've ever felt like your pharmacy bill was higher than your mortgage, I have some news that's actually good. I know, I was shocked too. For the first time in history, there is a hard cap on what you pay out of pocket. In 2026, that number is exactly $2,100. Once you hit that $2,100 mark on covered drugs, you pay zero, zip, zilch, for the rest of the year. It's like a buy $2,100, get the rest of the year free sale, except with fewer balloons. But don't go pop the champagne just yet. To get to that $2,100 finish line, you have to jump over the $615 hurdle. That's your 2026 deductible. For many of us, that first trip to the pharmacy in January is going to feel like a stick-up because you're paying 100% of the cost until that $615 is met. It's the January jitters, and it's why so many seniors are accidentally skipping doses early in the year. Remember when Januvia cost as much as a used car? Well, thanks to new government negotiations, that same 30-day supply has plummeted from $527 down to just $113. That's a 79% discount. It's like the government finally found the coupon section of the internet. But how are you supposed to pay $615 in one day without selling a kidney? There's a new installment plan for your pills. But is it a financial lifesaver or a sneaky trap that gets more expensive as the year goes on? 3. The magic of the monthly payment plan. M3P explanation. If the thought of a big January bill makes your heart skip a beat, and not in the romantic way, you need to know about the Medicare prescription payment plan, or what the cool kids call M3P. It's basically buy now, pay later for your prescriptions, but without the interest. You opt in, and instead of paying the pharmacy, your insurance plan sends you a monthly bill. Here's the catch, and it's a funny one. Funny weird, not funny haha. The way they calculate your bill is a bit like a math problem from a nightmare. They take what you owe and divide it by the months left in the year. If you start in January, your first bill might be a manageable $175, but if you add a new medication in October, you've only got 3 months left to pay it off, so your monthly bill could skyrocket. I heard about one fellow who was so happy about his low February bill of $7 that he went out for a steak dinner. By December, his bill hit $241, and he was back to eating crackers. It's a great tool if you have high costs early in the year, but you've got to watch that math. Enjoying the tips so far? We're about to hit the banned in Japan section, which is a real eye-opener. If you're finding this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It tells YouTube that seniors actually care about their wallets and their health. But wait, what happens if you forget to pay one of those monthly bills? If you get kicked out of the payment plan, do you lose your insurance entirely? Spoiler, no, but there's a catch. 4. TSA's new eyes and the 3.4-ounce rule. TSA rules and liquids. It's a brave new world at the terminal, and nothing ruins a bon voyage vibe quite like being pulled aside by a TSA agent named Gary for a high-intensity pat-down. By 2026, the scanners have become so advanced that the TSA has effectively adopted a no-label, no-go stance. They have seen every desperate space-saving hack in the book. Heart medication stashed in Ziploc bags, vitamins hidden in Altoids tins, and even blood pressure pills tucked into spare socks. Don't do it. The logic is simple. If the high-tech CT scanner can't identify the chemical signature of your loose pills, they become mystery substances. To keep your dignity intact, keep every prescription in its original pharmacy bottle. The 30-second survival phrase. When it comes to liquids, the 3.4-ounce rule is still the law of the land, unless you know the secret handshake. If you are carrying insulin, saline, or that magical high-potency arthritis cream, you must be proactive. Before your bag hits the belt, look the officer in the eye and use the 30-second phrase. Officer, I have medically necessary liquids over 3.4 ounces to declare. Saying this puts you in the pro category. It triggers a specific regulated inspection process rather than a confrontation. If you stay silent and they find it during the scan, you've earned yourself a secondary screening, a polite euphemism for missing your flight while a lab technician tests your foot cream for nitroglycerin. For the CPAP warriors, bless your silent sleeping hearts, the rules have shifted slightly. You don't need to bag the machine, but you must take it out of its carrying case and give it its own dedicated bin. Pro tip, keep a clear photo of your prescription on your phone. Whether it's a CPAP or a bag of suspicious white fiber supplement, digital proof is your get-out-of-jail-free card. But even if the TSA clears you, your destination might not be so friendly. You could be a smuggler and not even know it. Wait until you hear how a simple Vicks inhaler can land you in a Japanese prison. 5. The accidental smuggler. International bans. In 2026, the stakes for international travelers have never been higher. Imagine this. You've saved for years for that dream trip to Tokyo. You pack your bags, bring your favorite allergy meds, and land. Suddenly, you're being questioned by customs because your Sudafed contains pseudoephedrine. In Japan, that's not a decongestant. It's considered a stimulant raw material. You could literally be deported for trying to clear your sinuses. The global final boss. Japan is the final boss of medication rules. Even Adderall for ADHD is strictly banned, prescription or not. If you're caught with it, you aren't just losing the meds, you could be facing jail time. And it's not just Japan. The UK and the EU are cracking down on anything containing codeine. If you have those extra-strength Tylenol with codeine you bought in Canada, keep them out of your European carry-on. The 2026 golden rule for international travel? If it's a controlled substance, which includes many sleep aids and painkillers, you need a Yunyu Kakunin Sho. That's a fancy Japanese certificate you have to apply for weeks before you leave. Without it, your Ambien is a one-way ticket to a very stressful vacation. The surprising less is more rule. Is there any medication that's actually easier to travel with in 2026? Ironically, it's nothing at all. Doctors are increasingly advising patients to scale back on just-in-case pills before they board. The reason? New 2026 health studies have shown that common flight anxiety meds like diazepam, Valium, can actually increase the risk of blood clots, DVT, by inducing an unnatural deep sleep where you don't move for hours. By taking fewer sedatives and stimulants, you remain alert enough to stay hydrated and move your legs, the two best ways to survive a long-haul flight. Plus, having a lighter pill bottle means fewer questions from a customs officer who's looking for any reason to keep you in the terminal. 6. Polypharmacy. When the pill pile becomes a problem. Health statistics and polypharmacy. The pile isn't just a kitchen counter eyesore. It's a clinical phenomenon known as polypharmacy. When you reach the stage where you're taking 5 or more medications, you enter a high-risk zone where the drugs might start fighting each other instead of helping you. With 40% of people over 65 in this boat, and 2/3 if you count the aspirin and herbal teas, we are living in an era of pill fatigue. The prescribing cascade is the most common way the pile grows. It's a pharmaceutical domino effect. You take a medication for a legitimate issue, but it triggers a side effect that looks like a new medical problem. Instead of stopping the first drug, a second one is added to fix the side effect. Before you know it, you're taking a potassium pill to fix the side effect of a water pill that was only prescribed to fix the swollen ankles caused by your original blood pressure medication. It's a cycle that leads to 1.5 million medication errors annually. And as for the walking sticker book with 50 patches, it's a hilarious but terrifying reminder that how we take medicine is just as important as what we take. The solution: the brown bag review. If you want to thin out the herd and stop the rattling when you walk, you need to ask your pharmacist for a comprehensive medication review, CMR, often called a brown bag review. This isn't just a quick chat at the counter. You literally put every single thing you take, prescriptions, vitamins, natural supplements, and even those old ointments, into a bag and sit down with the pharmacist. They look for duplicate therapies. Are you taking 2 different brands that do the exact same thing? Interactions. Is your herbal supplement secretly neutralizing your heart meds? Deprescribing opportunities. Is there a pill you've been taking for 10 years that you no longer actually need? This review can save your life, reduce side effects, and significantly pad your bank account by eliminating unnecessary refills. 7. The Kentucky Jelly Cautionary Tale. Humor and Safety. In 2026, the complexity of our medicine cabinets has reached a fever pitch. We've all had those senior moments where we wander into a room and completely lose the plot. But when those moments involve modern medical packaging, the results can be both hilarious and hazardous. Take the legendary lady who raved to her doctor about the Kentucky jelly she had on her toast. The doctor was baffled until she produced the packet, a foil-wrapped serving of KY jelly. She genuinely thought it was a fancy new brand of grape jam. Then there was the gentleman who complained to his physician that his new pills were exceptionally slimy and nearly impossible to swallow. After a quick look at the box, the doctor had to break the news. Those weren't oral tablets. They were glycerin suppositories. Let's just say those are definitely not intended for your mouth. These stories get a laugh at the dinner table, but they highlight a serious reality. In 2026, medication safety is a high-stakes business. Because of these risks, the healthcare system is fighting back. Under the 2026 Medicare Star Ratings, pharmacists are now being strictly graded on how well they help you navigate the pile. They are specifically hunting for anticholinergic drugs, a common class of medications that are notorious for causing confusion, dry mouth, and dangerous falls in older adults. If you haven't scheduled your comprehensive medication review, CMR, yet this year, call your pharmacist immediately. It is a free, deep dive service designed to ensure you aren't accidentally Kentucky jellying your own health. Sometimes the confusion is purely verbal. One feisty senior recently made headlines when she saw a no refills label on her bottle and turned pale. When her doctor asked what was wrong, she snapped, "Well, does no refills mean I'm terminal?" Am I not expected to live long enough to need more? Her doctor laughed and reassured her it was just a standard safety check. But her reaction proves that in this high-tech world, we could all use a little more clarity. 8. The no refills, panic, and 2026 reality, anecdotes and future outlook. Speaking of feisty seniors, there's a story about a lady who called her doctor in a panic after seeing no refills on her new prescription. She asked, "Doctor, is my condition that serious? Am I going to die?" The doctor said, "No, why?" She replied, "Well, you said I have to take this for the rest of my life, but the bottle says I can't get any more." The truth is, in 2026, the no refills rule is often just a way for doctors to make sure you come back for a checkup. But with the new $2,100 cap, you might actually want to refill your meds more often to make sure you're getting the full benefit of that free period at the end of the year. And let's talk about those green bananas. As one senior put it, "I'm at the age where I don't even buy green bananas anymore because I might not be around to see them ripen." While we all love a good laugh about getting older, 2026 is actually a year where the system is finally starting to work for us, not against us, provided we know how to pack our bags and read our bills. So, what's the final checklist for your 2026 travels? I've got a 5-point cheat sheet that you can screenshot in 30 seconds to make sure your next flight is a breeze. 9. Your 2026 survival checklist. Here is your essential 2026 medication cheat sheet to ensure your next trip is memorable for the sights, not the security lines. Original bottles only. Do not, I repeat, do not put your heart meds in a Ziploc bag or a generic Tuesday morning plastic slot. Those new high-tech CT scanners flag loose organic material instantly. Gary at the TSA is not your friend. And mystery pills are his favorite reason to delay a flight. Declare your liquids. Use the 30-second phrase before your bag hits the belt. "Officer, I have medically necessary liquids over 3.4 ounces to declare." This bypasses the 3-1-1 rule and prevents your expensive insulin or creams from being tossed in the bin. Check the cap. As of 2026, the Medicare Part D out-of-pocket cap is $2,100. Make sure your plan is tracking your spending correctly so you hit that zero copay threshold as soon as possible. International homework. If you're heading to Japan or Europe, check their specific banned lists. Your over-the-counter Vicks inhaler or Sudafed could be a controlled substance or stimulant raw material over there, leading to fines or even deportation. Ask for a review. Request a brown bag review from your pharmacist. This free deep dive identifies prescribing cascades and ensures you aren't taking 3 pills just to fix the side effects of the first one. Traveling in your 60s, 70s, and 80s should be the best time of your life. You've got the wisdom, the time, and hopefully, thanks to the 2026 changes, a little more money in your pocket. Don't let a simple packing mistake or a confusing bill derail your adventures. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your travel buddies or that one friend who always tries to pack their pills in a pill box. And don't forget to subscribe. Next week, we're looking at the best and worst airports for seniors. You won't believe which major hub is the worst for walking distances. I'll see you in the skies. Safe travels.